What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 463rd episode of the Pokemon Podcast. It's super effective. I'm your host, SBJ. With me is Greg.
Hello. I'm here. This is like a weird morning show intro that you've done right now. I feel like I should have like a weird DJ name like
Welcome to the Zoo Crew. Ding ding woo woo.
I'm SBJ and here is Cracker Jack Greg.
The highway is backed up this morning. It's a parking lot out there.
Whew. I hope you're staying calm and staying cool.
Netflix and chill Will is here.
I'm very happy to be filling in for Al this week. I apologize that I don't have a delightful natural accent, but I only have my fake one that I've made up for everyone.
Just every once in a while go,
enjoy.
Donkey!
Chippy!
Chippy!
What?
I don't know.
These are just things to make Al angry.
I just have to make up an accent so that I can feel like I'm special. Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah.
We got a loaded episode. We got a lot to talk about. Yeah, we do.
What?
Okay, we don't have a lot of different topics. There's no one robbing a Walmart. No one is
Nobody robbed
jumping
Walmart.
off buildings for Pokemon Rush. We have two big things. We got dates.
We have dates.
Yeah, I guess. Look,
that is literally a
then-
5-minute conversation.
No, we had something else.
if I've learned anything about doing the show is we can take something like dates and make it a 2-hour conversation. And then people will
I
yell
already
at
saw
us
Greg's
that we
complaints.
didn't talk about it long enough.
What complaints?
About the when certain events were scheduled at the same time that other events are scheduled, and therefore the implications of the intentions behind the schedulers of the scheduling schedules.
I'm mad about that.
Hello, all right. Now we've got a 3-hour program.
Okay.
And then we have Go Fest. That's huge. There's a lot to cover there. And then we have, they're updating Pokemon Home. Look at how all this news that we have.
Is it going to make it worth $16?
We'll get to that when we get to that.
It's called teasing. It's what you do on a morning show. At the 9 o'clock hour, we'll get to Pokemon Home.
Find out if it's raining tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
The weather on twos. Every 2 minutes, we talk about the weather.
Weather on the twos. No, weather on the twos means 2, 12, 22, 32, 42, 52. All of those.
No, every 2 minutes. Let's check in with Jackal about the weather. It's been 2 minutes. Has it changed?
All right,
We need to get Sven on here to do the weather.
Oh, heck yeah. Get rid of Steve. Let's bring on Sven.
Heck yeah.
Let's start with the good stuff, I guess, which is dates revealed. This is the press release. Dates revealed for Pokemon Legends Arceus, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl.
How could you call this the good stuff? This is the bad stuff.
This is the,
Please
people are
go
excited.
forward, and I shall provide you with my critique.
All right. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl are faithful remakes of Pokemon Diamond version and Pokemon Pearl version. They were released on the Nintendo DS in 2006. Whether or not players have explored the Sinnoh region before, they can look forward to this great adventure reborn on the Nintendo Switch. The original story has been faithfully reproduced and various game functions have been colorfully revitalized. Trainers can buzzword city. Trainers can expect an adventure through the Sinnoh region that feels both nostalgic and fresh.
Yay, fresh nostalgia. That's what I live for.
The Pokemon featured on the newly released package designs of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl are the legendary Pokemon Dialga and Palkia. Trainers will be able to discover the mysterious connection between Dialga or Palkia and their Sinnoh region during their adventures. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, the Pokemon series takes a bold new direction, fusing action with RPG elements. The game takes place in the Sinnoh region of the past, long before dinosaurs roamed. Oh no, it says long before the events of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl version. As the game's protagonists, the players will set out and create and complete the region's first Pokedex by catching, surveying, and researching wild Pokemon that live there. Cover art revealed here for the first time depicts Mount Coronet, towering over the expanse of a bygone Sinnoh region, the setting for the story in Pokemon Legends Arceus. All right, we'll stop there. There's the Pokemon Home stuff. We'll get to that. So they have dates.
Mm-hmm.
We have November 18th for Diamond and Pearl.
Yep.
Correct.
Sorry, 19th. But I don't know why 18th was on the mind. Already messing up the dates. They gave us literally little news and I already messed it up. November 19th for Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and then Legends of Arceus will be January 28th, 2020. They did say early 2022.
2022. We're
There's a
going
lot
back
to
in
say.
time.
They did say early 2022 for Arceus,
Mm-hmm.
and they said holiday for Diamond and Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
So there is I think a shocker for a lot of people, which are these two dates are pretty close together. We're going to put that on the back burner.
That's the only thing to talk about.
We're going to talk about...
That was my front burner right there.
Yeah, that is the only burner. That is the only fire
I think
in this
before we
announcement.
talked about... Okay, before we talk about the elephant in the room, which are these dates are very close together, we can talk
feel
about
like
the
that's
lack...
not true. If 2020 taught us anything, months can feel like years.
The lack of the elephant is they just gave us dates and cover art and no trailer and no new information and no anything else, which is... I'm
Fine.
not mad about it. Like, I'm not upset. I'm not like, oh, why didn't we... Like, it's just weird.
I don't know that it's that weird.
How much more is there to say about faithful remakes?
There's an E3 coming. They have to save some things in the pot.
It could be because they were lacking other E3 news. They were going to be like, well, we gotta pad it out with some Pokemon stuff. Because normally patterns have been broken.
Patterns.
Normally we get the Pokemon stuff a little bit before E3, and then we normally get like a treehouse thing of like, okay, let's play.
Yeah, but the treehouse has been closed down.
But like, okay, so even if the argument is, well, E3 is around the corner.
Yeah.
Why announce then why not just wait 2 weeks? I don't understand. Because E3 is in like 2 weeks.
Is it? I thought it was like 3. Whatever.
Well, I mean, they don't want to get overwhelmed by the introduction of the Switch Pro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They don't want to get like...
They don't want to. They want to pull focus from Pokken 4 and the new Switch Super Pro Pokemon Edition. I heard the new Switch Pro will actually have a holo projector so that you can change your living room into an entire enclosed space in the game.
I did giggle to myself a little bit when one article I read said that it's a competitor with the PS5 and the Xbox.
I mean, technically. So is the big conversation, why did they do the dates and nothing else?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a big conversation. It's just
not. It's just they did. Like, they released the dates. They may
Well, I mean, they released the dates because we're 6 months out now,
Yeah.
right?
I know, but-
We've got to
yeah,
start
yeah.
our budgeting.
They could have easily waited 2 weeks, though, and if they decide to show a trailer at E3, they end with the date and people get all up.
If we waited 2 weeks, then it would be 5 months and 2 weeks out, not 6
Yeah,
months
no,
out.
6 months,
See?
and that's harder to budget for.
We are a very rigid society here. We need things to be in exact locations on the timeline, or else we get lost and think that, March was actually 67 days long and April was only 3.
There is also the possibility that we do get Pokemon news before E3, and that somebody has an exclusive.
Yeah.
So they have the trailer. Well, obviously E3 is 2 weeks away, so obviously
they have the trailer ready.
They have the trailer ready, but the trailer probably shows at least one exclusive thing that a company paid for. Probably Game Informer. Game Informer had an exclusive on Sword and Shield. They've had exclusives on literally one game a month every month. That's their thing. They release exclusive information, then people cite Game Informer. It's not unheard of.
Does anybody get their actual? Do they do an actual magazine anymore, or is it just a website?
I think they do a magazine and a digital magazine as well. I mean, they have exclusive website articles as well, or like early. The Game Informer first look. I got no problems with Game Informer. It's fine.
I tried to work for them once. They were based out of here.
So there could be a couple things. They were planning on releasing a bunch of news, and then a deal came through where some site has an exclusive. They just wanted to do dates, and the rest of it is going to be E3. None of that could happen, and they just released the dates for the heck of it. I mean, in the sense, it worked because people were talking about it.
Yeah.
Which is something they've been struggling with this year, in my opinion, compared to the 20th anniversary, where it felt
where they had events all the time and weren't just in a vacuum of no 25th anniversary anything. Yeah,
it just felt like press in general, like Polygon and Game Informer and GameSpot and IGN, were always running a Pokemon article every week.
Do we think that they released the dates to stop the negative coverage of all the things happening with Walmart cards?
No. They released the dates to stop the negative coverage of everything to do with that awful Katy Perry song.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so to then shift the conversation, these dates are relatively close together. They're 2 months away.
That's what I was going to say. It was like Diamond and Pearl came out September 13th, 2006.
It's all about the battles. Diamond
Platinum
Pearl
came out, I may have got these wrong. It may have been September 28th, 2008, whatever, about 2 years later. So what they were saying is the original Diamond and Pearl were 2 years worth of content, but the faithful remakes are 2 months worth of content.
No.
Okay.
I do think that they are somewhat worried about what Legends Arceus is going to do, since it's a brand new thing that they've never done, and they want it closer to when people are still super excited about Sinnoh, and they're playing through that game, and they're like, oh, hey, why don't you go back in time and also learn the origins of it, so that it is in kids' minds, it's on parents' radar, it's within holiday shopping times, there's an excitement built in there, like there's still high levels of excitement around Diamond and Pearl. And remakes, correct me if I'm wrong, but remakes tend not to sell as well as their originals, right? Like the numbers are... So, to me, it makes sense to have them close to each other. Like, they are directly linked. They're in the same region. You are people who don't like remakes but are looking for a new Pokemon game are going to want something around the holidays.
Yeah,
but it's in January when I've already gone back to work and, given up all hope of holiday spirit.
It's because towards the end of January, after being at work, you need a good break. You need to go visit new worlds and new vistas. You need to find Shinx.
I already got my shiny Shinx.
So, I have a theory. Okay, well, before I pitch the theory, there's... I think Greg is right in the sense of not everyone likes remakes, and they skip that kind of stuff.
So they don't feel like there's going to be an overlap in the audiences too much.
people did skip Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee 2 because they were just sick of Kanto. I get it. There was people talking that, and I don't know, I guess I can see where they're coming from, although I don't agree with it, that because the dates are so close together that Legends is going to be a relatively short game, or they don't believe in Legends. But if that was the case, they have, why have it so close? Push it back then if you need more time. Because we know Legends has been being worked on for several years now. It's not like they've been working on it only for a year. They've been working on it for a while, and they've had the opportunity to work on it for a while because Ilka is doing Diamond and Pearl. Mm-hmm. My theory is that these games have a lot of compatibility with each other, and that's the reason they're releasing them so close. One, because you'll need to buy them both. So they don't want you to get so bored with Diamond and Pearl that by the time you get Legends, you're like, oh, well, I don't care about that game anymore. They want you to play both at the same time, and so the things you do in Diamond and Pearl will affect Legends, and the things you will do in Legends will affect Diamond and Pearl. And this is their way to sell you two games relatively quickly, because they'll be tied together in a way of like, and they kind of, this is such a small thing, but they did this in like Sword and Shield, where if it saw that you had Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, when you got to the wild area, you got a free Pikachu and a free Eevee.
Yeah.
So I think you lose if the games rely on each other, whether that's like, and Monster Hunter, I think Will and I talked about this on our Monster Hunter podcast, The Carve. Shout out to The Carve. But Monster Hunter is doing a really cool thing with this, where if you have Stories 2 and Rise, you get like exclusive outfits in Stories 2, and then you get exclusive outfits in Rise. And it kind of gives you an incentive to like pick up the other game. So I think what what I think the Pokemon Company is thinking is that Legends is going to bring in a bunch of new people who maybe have played Pokemon in the past but didn't like the turn-based style, or didn't like that it was so, I don't want to say not open world, but there's no sugarcoating. There's a Breath of the Wild charm that Legends already has that people gravitate towards. People always want, oh, is this like Breath of the Wild? Oh, Breath of the Wild? Oh, it's like Breath of the Wild? Like, that's just the talking point right now.
Makes me insane.
So you attract those people who have never played a Pokemon game, or have maybe a long time ago, but this looks like Breath of the Wild. And then you convince them to get Diamond and Pearl, or vice versa. You bring back the Diamond and Pearl people who haven't played in a while but love Diamond and Pearl. And now another Pokemon game that connects to it is 2 months around the corner, and you get them to buy that as well.
Yeah.
I think that is their ultimate goal.
Yeah.
And if in 8 months, 9 months, 8 months, that is, come back to this episode and tell me I'm wrong, that's fine. But that's my only logic of why they're so close together. Not because like one is going to be bad, so they need the other one to fill in. I mean, I don't think that's the case.
I think it's multiple things. I do think they're probably closely tied together. I think they want to build off of the excitement for one or the other to sell the other game. Like, it is also very possible that they through their play testing and research and looking at it, realize that there's not a lot of overlap between the two. That the audiences that want one aren't necessarily the audiences for the other. So they may be hoping to capture some people who are excited about the games, but also understand that through their already research, the two audiences for these two games are just very different.
I mean, you're going to have your Pokemon fans like us who will buy pretty much anything that has the Pokemon name attached to it.
They don't have to worry about us. They are worried, and they've always been worried about getting new people to get their games.
Yes. So that's a distinct possibility. It's just like there's people who won't like the remakes, and we'll get them in with Pokemon Legends, and then Pokemon Legends is like the launch of a new franchise. So once people get sucked into that, it's going to be like every Pokemon Legends that comes out in the future, they'll be tied in for it.
I hate saying that though.
And then
this
they
could
can
just
do
be a
like
one-off, like Let's Go Pikachu.
It could just be a one-off. It could not be a one-off.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Or Pokemon, it could be a one-off, like Pokemon Dash. That game did really well. Everyone loved it. It was
Nobody liked that game.
No.
well received by millions.
But what they could start is a cycle where it's like in November or autumn, end of year, is your more traditional Pokemon game. And then in spring or start of year, it's when you get your Pokemon Legends or your alternative Pokemon game.
Your Pokemon Rangers. Your Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Please, may I please have a Pokemon Ranger for the 25th anniversary?
No.
Too late, but please.
Too late. How about for the 30th? It's only 5 years away.
Look, I can't live forever, Greg.
Not with that attitude.
Time is ticking.
I do think there's a distinction between like traditional and like slightly non-traditional. So like obviously Legends would be the farthest away from I can't even say that because we've seen like 30 seconds of gameplay, right? But like most people would probably say that Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee is slightly non-traditional because of the motion control.
Yes.
And a lot of people thought that all the remakes were going to go this style, and that's not the case. But there's no reason for them not to keep doing remakes in the way that remakes were. I mean, if we just look at like the worst selling remake was Crystal, or third version, I should say. Worst selling remake was Heart Gold Soul Silver. Spoiler. The best was Ruby and Sapphire, or Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, which was the recent one. So if Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire sold 14 million and your worst selling one sold 12 million,
yeah,
why would you never not do that?
Yeah.
I say this all the time, but most video game companies would love to sell like 1 million copies of their game. Game Freak can do the single. They can do 10 million easy.
Yeah, they
and
can.
coast.
I mean, there have been other big banner years too. Like 2012 had a bunch of things that came out in it. It had Pokemon Conquest. It had Black and White 2. It had Pokepark 2. Like, they have loaded up years with a number of games before that have been close together because they realize that they have separate audiences for them, or that the gameplay is going to appeal to a separate group of people that, there's always going to be the Pokemon fans who buy everything. In like 2012, we had a lot to buy that year.
Yeah.
So, like,
no.
It is I still think it's very much that, I mean, I'm not going to say that they are going to be tied together. They're the same region, and that may be the only tie. I hope that there's things
come
between
on,
the
it's
games.
2021. There will be
There's
something.
no way.
Absolutely.
There's no way that, like, I bet that in order to get Arceus in the Diamond and Pearl remakes, you will need Legends.
Yeah, that makes a lot of, like, the Poke Flute will only be available if you have Legends.
I mean, it's possible, but I am not banking on it.
Oh, I think so. The other thing I want to say is I think that the date for Legends, if anything, shows me confidence. Because they're like right at the start of the year. Like they said early, if they needed more time, they would have delayed. They would not delayed it, but they what Q1 is what till the end of March.
Well, it depends on your company and when they do their financial years. But
they also said early, so I don't know. Most people maybe consider April still early in the year.
April is not early. But yeah, I mean early mean Q1. Like late Q1 is March, early Q1 is January, middle Q1 is February. If you consider the first 3 months of the year your first quarter.
I think it'll all be fine. I mean, like, I also
I honestly don't understand how people are reading bad out of these dates.
Well, I just like there's a thought to me that there's just not going to be enough content in the Diamond and Pearl remakes to last more than 2 months, and they're like, all right, we got to get them something fast so that they don't lose interest in Pokemon.
I think Diamond and Pearl is the game you keep going back to. Because Legends is a single-player game with there's no competitive, there's no trading, there's no...
So, right, there's people who are going to do the story of Diamond and Pearl and put it down. And maybe, like, they're saying, like, it's a 2-month story, and now they switch over to Legends, and then they've still got them roped in for another month or two, where, like, our competitive folks and our completionists and all of that biz will stay engaged with Diamond and Pearl no matter what. And then Legends will be, one more 15-minute daily chore task.
Do we think competitive is moving to Diamond and Pearl?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because they want to sell. It has to, right? They want to sell those copies to those people.
I mean, it's through a different company.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly don't know if competitive is going to move to Diamond and Pearl. I'm not sold on that happening. I think Diamond and Pearl are just remakes, and they're keeping the competitive scene in Sword and Shield.
That would be the longest, probably, that any game has ever been the competitive platform.
Because if they move competitive to Diamond and Pearl, then if that is the case, then are they moving Dynamax to Diamond and Pearl post-game?
Maybe.
Like, there's a lot that has to go in that's currently in the competitive scene that has to go into these games.
But they've gotten rid of stuff. They got rid of Mega Evolutions in competitive.
I mean, they kept Megas in Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. I mean, you accessed it after you beat the game. So I don't see why they... I mean, Dynamax, unlike Megas or unlike Z moves, you just can't Dynamax on a route. You can't. Right. You could Z move or Mega, and every wild Caterpie you saw, if you really wanted to, you could do that every time. So I don't think that's too hard for them to be like, okay, Dynamax is in this game, and it's when you beat the game, and it's only in free play or versus or ladder or battle tower. I think that's fine. I think that's easy. And lore-wise, none of this matters. They did Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and they threw it all out the window there. So, like I don't like the concept of Dynamax is only exclusive to the.
Well, not only that, they introduced new Megas in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
They did.
They just threw it all out the window that game. So they could just be like, this arena here was built by Leon after you kicked his butt, and he came over here and he built this arena, and only this arena you can Dynamax in.
Which can I just pause for a moment and let's pour one out for the breeding competitive team building functionality of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, which I have been enjoying over the past month, and just rekindled that spirit of, boy, all I had to do was hold up on the D-pad and ride my bike around that island to hatch eggs, and it was like so thoughtless and beautiful and perfect. And O-Powers, and heck yeah.
Bring back O-Powers.
My personal, not complaint, is I'm not one of those people that play through the story and then put it down. I used to be. So I feel like, as a gamer, I feel like there's already too many games coming out too fast.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
And so that's not really a complaint. It's just like, I feel like there's not enough breathing room because I know I'm going to be playing a lot of Diamond and Pearl.
I mean, Diamond and Pearl is the 19th. The new Final Fantasy XIV expansion's the 23rd of November. And then, there's a lot of games that are competing for time. I agree there. I would like more breathing room, but that is a me problem. That company does it deliberately to make me have to do these things, right? Like, who do you love more?
Monster Hunter.
All right, before we take a break, let's just talk about this Pokemon Home news real quick. They did acknowledge that Pokemon Home is a product that exists. We're on year 2 of it, I believe. We all paid our $16 twice at this point.
And I'm going to do it again. That's the thing. I know I'm going to do it again because I don't want to deal with having to pull things out by losing the storage.
A new update. In a new update, users will be introduced to the Catch Calendar. This feature enables users to view their Pokemon arranged by the dates they caught. Wow. Trainers can use this feature to relive memories from their adventures, such as the day they caught a certain Pokemon, or on a day an event or other occasion occurred, or when they received a Pokemon as a gift. This update also introduces the ability to view Pokemon registered in the Pokédex in Pokemon Home from different angles, such as above and behind. Trainers can try this out to get a better look of their Pokemon. It doesn't say this in the press release, but they specifically said, I think it was on Pokemon.com, or maybe it was in the emailed press release, that it was a mobile update. So I think...
Well, Pokemon Home is a mobile game.
Well, game is a weird word for that.
And yet...
I would say it's a mobile app. But the Switch version is the one that's lacking. The Switch version is the one that, like, you can't even... So when I'm, like, deleting Pokemon on Twitch, like, we're, like, catching a bunch of Pokemon, or we're, like, shiny hunting or whatever, and I'm, like... Or I'm breeding and I'm deleting. People are always like, oh, why don't you just move them to home to mass delete? And it's like, I can't even see ribbons and marks in the Switch version of Home. So if I'm deleting them, I have to, like, check them beforehand. And if I'm already going through the Sword and Shield and I'm checking them and I'm seeing they don't have a mark, or that this was one I wanted to keep, I'm just going to delete it right there. It's not that much slower. But that's like, why ribbons have been around since Generation 3. How can I not see them in the Switch version of Home? I don't get it. I don't understand it. But it doesn't sound like that's getting an update. I think the Catch Calendar, cool. Be able to see that, like...
I like that a lot, yeah.
Which Pokemon I caught first. I can see which Pokemon I caught, I don't know, on Christmas, I guess. I'll forever be reminded that my Magearna, which I was supposed to get on Christmas, I got an hour late, so it ended up being on Boxing Day.
Worthless. Throw it away. Just discard
garbage.
it. Release it.
I mean, you should just chuck it and wait for another year. You should just, like, get back. No, I'll wait until Christmas next year.
It's been a real bummer.
You should have done it on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. I really dropped the ball. I forgot it was
what
is it? GMT?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A home update sounds like it would be something cool. Like, oh, they're fixing it, they're adding some stuff, and they're like, it's like, yeah, I mean, like, these two things are like, they're fine. I don't think they're ever going to convince somebody to spend $16 though. Like, oh, finally they added the Catch Calendar, time to pony up. Like, who do they have, like, 2 people working on this, and this is what they spent the last, like, 8 months doing? Is like,
why would you need more than 2 people?
Yeah, we need one person to do the work, the other one's covering their vacations.
Yes,
that's all you need. I mean, I don't know why they won't do things to the Switch version and only the mobile version. I mean, I think technically the mobile version connects to more things, right? Like, it does.
Yeah.
Go and stuff. So I understand that if they're going to make changes, they're going to make changes to that one. I just don't know why they don't then just carry it over to the Switch version. Like, just bring it over. Just make the connection. But, like, the catching thing makes sense because of Go to me than the original games. Like, I've been playing Go steadily for, 5 years now? So I have, like, a huge swath of time. I remember when I played Emerald and put it back down again because I don't reset my games. Like, I played those for a very specific period of time, whereas Go is in a continuing swath of time.
Well, I mean, the underlying current here is that Pokemon Home is designed for Pokemon Go players first, and everybody else next.
Yeah.
Gosh, I wish it was. I still hate's a strong word. I still hate looking at my Pokemon in Home. It's just, there's something about it that's not...
why there's an update. You can look at them from the top, from the side, from the bottom, all the angles.
I don't know what Niantic did compared to Ilka, but scrolling through my 3,000 Pokemon in Go is a much more enjoyable experience than scrolling through my 4,000 Pokemon in Home. Like, it's just smoother. It looks better. Like, the information, I feel like, is just conveyed better. I don't know how to explain it. It's just... it's like playing a game that's a video game that's like really good, except your character movement is like slightly off. Like, have you ever played like an adventure game where when you're running and everything, it feels great, and then you stop running and your character takes this weird like extra step after you've stopped moving?
I don't.
And you're like,
don't worry about these things so much as you do.
Is this from a specific game? Is this a thing that?
Like The Witcher had it. Monster Hunter Rise kind of has it. They have like this weird step thing where if you try to move a little bit, your character takes too many steps. I don't know. It just, what I'm saying, it just feels... I wish the home viewing Pokemon interface was more similar to Go, because I like that interface better.
What about Go's interface is missing from Home?
That's some deep thoughts.
I can't even put it to words. It just feels bad. Like, using the app just doesn't... It feels like a knockoff. Like something's not there.
But what's not there? What bothers you about it? Like, what is it? What is it?
Everything.
Like what?
Like the scrolling up and down. Now I gotta open
Is
it.
it like too slow? Is it... I mean, for me, it's the colors. I don't like that color of aquamarine green, whatever it is, in the background. I don't even think I have Pokemon Home installed on my phone.
Yeah, like when I'm looking at like all Pokemon, it just... Maybe it's the grid thing they got rotating in the background that I hate.
Is it the background?
That's what I'm saying. It's the colors.
When I'm legit scrolling, it feels awful. Like it's so choppy.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's not as smooth as
How is
Go.
it choppy? Mine is the same.
Of
What do
course,
you mean? How is it choppy?
Steve hasn't gotten a new phone in like 18
This is a
years, so
12 mini. Look, if Pokemon Go is a much smoother experience, and then when you tap on a Pokemon, this all looks bad. I don't know. Everything about it is bad. None of this matters.
What? I am deeply confused because when I'm scrolling through Go with the same 3 across, Go is slower than Home.
My Go is not slow at all. Also, Go, this looks better. Go looks better. Like,
yes,
it's kind of
the
like
colors
the Pokemon,
are better.
The Pokemon are like smaller, and then the names are like more bold.
Because they had to fit the CP above.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like they could put more information. Like, they could put something above the Pokemon names to make
like
it.
What?
I think Go feels better.
Yes, agreed.
In what way?
Well, when we are in person, Greg, we will thoroughly go through this and report back.
Because, like, the only difference is the background. Yeah, we're gonna do this in person because
Okay,
you are out of your gourd.
But I agree with him. So
So
if
are
two of
you.
us agree and one of us doesn't, who's out of their actual gourd?
Both of you. You've taken the pill. Taken the go pill.
All right, we need to take a break. We will be right back. Tricks.
Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms.
Cocoa Puffs tricks.
Golden Grams.
Cocoa Puffs tricks.
Cookie Crisp.
Cocoa Puffs Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's real rock.
Tricks has flavor. Tricks has flavor. No.
The best cereal.
Count Chocula. Count Chocula. Count Chocula. Count Chocula. Blueberry's pretty good too. Count Chocula. Sounds nice. Count Chocula. Sounds fancy. Count Chocula. Oh my gosh. And we are back from our break. We forgot to mention in the thrilling Pokemon Home news that you will be getting a Bulbasaur and a Squirtle capable of Gigantamaxing this June. That's it.
But what, did
Say those words
we
again.
already get them in game? Like,
Well, you only
that's-
got one of them.
Yeah. Okay.
But you can give them soup.
You're right. You're right. Yes,
Well, I mean, there's only so much soup in the world.
There is a lot of soup in that game. There are mushrooms everywhere. You could make soup for days.
there is. Yeah. There's. Yeah, that Squirtle and Bulbasaur, get them while they're.
Get 'em.
Look, I think it's just to balance out the Charmanders.
There
the
is
game
no
gives-
balancing out the Charmanders at this point. Charmander has gone too powerful. It has taken over.
There's actually a Cardfight Vanguard card that came out in the new set that is almost spelled like Charizard, and I was like, "Are you serious?"
It's time to start the craze.
The card is called Velocihazard, but if you take the CI and then the hazard,
It's the Char Hazard.
All right, big news here is Pokemon GO Fest 2021 details celebrate 5 years, count them, 5, of Pokemon Go on July 17th and the 18th. A music festival themed special research story, the return of Global Challenge Arena, and more, all at a special ticket price. This is off Pokemon.com. Pokemon Go launched nearly 5 years ago, providing trainers the opportunity to encounter Pokemon in the real world. You can celebrate a half a decade of Go with adventures at Pokemon GO Fest 2021, which will take place from July 17th to the 18th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day, local time. Tickets are now available in the Go Shop. To commemorate the game's 5th anniversary, ticket prices will only be $4.99 or equivalent pricing tier in your local currency, plus all the taxes and fees. So Saturday, July 17th from 10 to 6, with a ticket, you'll be able to access the GoFest special research story starting the first day of the event. In the special research, you'll be the event director for the music festival. You will pick between which Pokemon to join your musical group and help Professor Willow put on the best concert possible. You can choose between Pikachu Rockstar and Pikachu Popstar to join in your mission. Depending on which Pikachu you choose, a different track created by Pokemon music producer Junichi. Junichi? Did I say that right?
Junichi. There's no extra
Junichi.
N in there.
Pokemon music producer Junichi Masuda will play during the event. Plus, Pokemon related to music will appear more frequently in the wild.
Oh, so a bunch of Whismers and Explouds.
In Chatot, right? Like,
Oh, that's Chatot's gone wild, yes.
The Global Challenge Arena is also returning. Ticket holders will have a different collaborative challenge each hour. If they complete the challenge, they'll benefit from a special bonus for the remainder of the hour. That was just like Kanto Tour.
Kanto ticket.
4 themed habitats will feature on rotation every hour: jungle, desert, mountain, ocean, beach, and cave. If you don't see that there's commas, it sounds like there's 6: jungle, desert, mountain, ocean, beach, and cave. But there's
Jungle, desert, mountain, ocean, beach,
ocean, beach, cave,
which is just all Zubats.
During each habitat hour, certain Pokemon will be appearing, just like the Kanto Tour. For ticket holders, other featured Pokemon will be attracted to incense, depending on which habitat is active. Ticket holders will also have an increased chance of featuring shiny Pokemon. Ticket holders will also be able to complete 4 collection challenges, each one to a corresponding habitat. Now, on Sunday, on July 18th, from 10 to 6 local time, day 2 is all about raids. On Sunday, July 18th, all trainers will be able to participate in raids featuring fan favorite Pokemon. Ticket holders will also earn an additional 10,000 XP for completing raids that day, and they will be able to stock up on raid passes during event hours, including 10 raid passes from spinning gym photo discs and up to 8 remote raid passes from timed research and a bundle of 3 remote raid passes at no cost in the shop. So the 3 raid passes is for everyone, whether you bought a ticket or not. If you did buy a ticket, you'll get 18 raid passes, 10 being the local, 8 being anywhere. Plus, all the Pokemon featured on Saturday will appear on Sunday, so it's a good opportunity for you to encounter some you might have missed the first day. Certain features will be available both days of the event. For ticket holders, unknown F and G will be attracted to incense. Lucky ticket holders might even find a shiny unknown V and unknown G. For all trainers, any lure modules will last for 3 hours during the event. Good. Eggs placed in incubators will be half the egg distance. A special t-shirt will be scalped at PokemonCenter.com at the beginning of the month. And there will be more surprises, and you won't want to miss them. You can buy the ticket now. It's $4.99. And that's it. That's a lot that we went through.
So wait, number 1 rule before we get into the nitty-gritty. If Will or Greg invites you to a remote raid
Yeah.
and you're online,
you
show
accept it.
up.
What if they're already in a raid?
No excuses,
No excuses.
friend.
You gotta have the mega symbol. Then people know you're serious about
I don't want
the
that. I want Houndoom free.
Yeah, I don't need that stress in my life.
Did the copy literally say scalped at the
No,
beginning of the
it's
month? Or
not.
did you throw that in as commentary?
That shirt
as
is gonna sell out
commentary.
instantly.
Do we even know what it looks like yet?
No, we don't. So they did do the picture. This is an audio podcast. I'll describe it. You see Popstar Pikachu. You see Rockstar Pikachu. They both have the female tail. If you didn't know this lore-wise, the cosplay Pikachus are always female. There's some Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire lore for you.
Yep.
There's an Audino. That makes sense. Shieldon, Apom, Sock and Throw. So probably pretty safe to say. They didn't say in this blog post. But Sock and Throw are regional. They'll probably be spawning everywhere. We got Chatot. That's going to be a regional. That makes sense because, I don't know, it sings music, I guess. There's an Altaria.
Its head is also a note.
It's also a note, yes. And its head.
I don't get how Sock and Throw are musical.
I don't think they're musical. I just think this is... So last year they did Seviper and Zangoose.
They're the bouncers
at
the music festival.
Last year was Heatmore and Durant. Because it was the first time they showed Heatmore and Durant. The year before that was Seviper and Zangoose, I think. These are just the 2 rival Pokemon. It's just their time.
Yeah, and they're the bouncers at the concert, so they will sock you and throw you out if you're misbehaving.
Maybe it's like the thing of Rocky, where they're going up the stairs.
What does that have to do with music?
Because it's the song.
No. X, no. Forbidden.
I don't know what the song
is.
Is it Eye of the Tiger?
Get out of No. Get out of here. Done. No.
It's the Eye of the...
We don't want to be DMCA'd. There's a Zweilous in the photo. Evolution of
Yes.
Dino.
Yes. This is approved. Why? What is the significance of F and G? Although, I mean,
Yeah,
those obviously
music
are
notes.
2 notes, yes, but there's
Yeah.
other notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, and
Yeah, I mean,
G.
C being the prime one.
Yeah, typically. Or G, treble clef is G? No. Boy, it's been a while since I looked at one of those things.
It's the Eye of the Tiger.
No, 'cause that was not Rocky 1, okay? So Rocky 1 is where he's running up the stairs. That
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
completely different song. It was not
Oh.
Eye of the Tiger, so get out of here. That was like, Eye of the Tiger is like Rocky 3 or Rocky 4, okay? So,
When it got real bad.
I think okay, so I know what's already going to happen in a year. People are going to complain that it's not $4.99. I think Niantic did a pretty good job, like letting you know that it was $14.99 originally, and they strike
Yes.
through the price, and they're like, it's
Yeah.
$5. to celebrate the
$5 for
5.
5 years. $5
Yeah.
for 5 years, yeah.
But I'm already like, next year they're going to be like, well, last year was $5, and then it was better.
We
and this one's
cannot
15.
worry about future complaints. We make
Next year
decisions
will be in
about this year's
person.
complaints.
Too, right?
Yeah,
It'll be an in-person event, so of course it'll
I mean,
cost
we're not even
more.
touching on how inconsiderate they are with those dates.
Look, I was waiting for you
Wait.
to get to this.
Wait, what are those dates?
Those dates are Twin Cities Pride.
It's the same
Maybe-
weekend as Twin Cities Pride weekend, which why the Twin Cities are having Pride in July,
I know
do
they
not
had
know.
To push it, they had to push it back because of the whole everything, right? Like it had to be pushed back. But they should have checked in with the contingency in Minnesota and verified those dates. And the fact that they didn't means they are bad people.
Maybe they just wanted to make sure Mall of America was loaded for Pride.
We are not going to Mall of America if we can be outside.
But Mall of America has air conditioning.
No,
we
it
can
doesn't.
be out. We can be outside, and actually, it doesn't. You're
It
correct.
doesn't have air conditioning.
I feel like it's cooler in there than it is.
Because it's a giant cave, but it doesn't have air conditioning.
It's,
And if
it's
there's a
only
lot of
ever,
people in there, it's not going to be cool
Maybe
because
that's
there's a lot
the
of people
play,
in there.
though.
It's
Maybe
only ever the
people will-
cave biome. That's the problem.
People will be like, oh, it's nice outside. We're going out. But we do the 7 million IQ, go to Mall of America where no one is. Look, remember the Kanto tour? Remember the Mega Hound? We were doing raids nonstop. It was great. We didn't have to invite anyone. We were filled 20 people instantly.
There are places outside that we do not have these issues with either. We can go to Victory Memorial Park where
True.
there are millions of people and you will never wait either, and you can enjoy the glory of outside. Also, it is still bad that it's on Pride Weekend because now you are making me choose between my two loves, being gay and playing Pokemon.
You can do both at the same time.
No, you
know what my
cannot.
choice
Clearly, because if I go to the park, if I go to Loring Park, where Pride is, there are literally no stops there. There's like
Really?
2.
Well, then they should have picked a different park, or Mall of America.
The park was the established. Pokemon Go is the newcomer. Pokemon Go is the new thing trying to inch its way into our Pride, and I say the nay.
I feel like walking around a Pride Fest and playing Pogo is a pretty good experience.
well, if there's raid
Yeah.
locations, but there won't be any.
There
raids.
won't be.
Yeah, but we don't have to worry about raids on day 1. They already said raids are day 2. See?
So you are fine with going to the big crowded. Okay, I'm not gonna say that it's gonna be crowded.
I don't know
this
if
year.
I'm
I have
fine
no
with
idea how
anything
it's gonna
crowded.
be this year. I don't know how it's gonna be this year, to be completely honest.
Well, but what about this, Greg? What if the alternative was that they scheduled Go Fest for State Fair?
State Fair is 10 days. Go
It
Fest
was-
is 2.
they're doing an extra long
No.
Go Fest this year
No,
or something.
if they
one of
ever
those
do
10
that,
days.
I will find the owner of Niantic and I will make him pay, because you know what the State Fair does.
They turn off Pokemon Go.
Yeah, well, during state fair time, all of the stops in the state fairgrounds are turned off.
Are you
Really?
serious?
I am dead serious.
Haters.
You cannot
Haters.
play Pokemon Go at the state fair.
I feel like that would bring more people in. Like, I want to go and spin some stops and eat a cream
Well,
puff.
the problem is
No.
at the state fair, which I've never been to in all my years of living in Minnesota.
You haven't even left your house while living in Minnesota.
Look, I've moved to an entirely new house. Be quiet. They want to keep people moving. You're not supposed to stand still at the state fair. You got to keep moving, keep it going, keep it going,
keep
going.
moving, keep eating, keep looking at all the stuff. I am very excited for the state fair. But yes, the first year Go was out, all the stops were on, and
Right.
then it became such a huge problem that the next year they were all off, and they remain off all 10 days of the state fair. You cannot play Go at the state fair.
That sounds awful.
It's awesome because you can focus on other things for once in your
Do you think
life.
that's a problem now, though? Now that,
Yes.
like...
I
The
don't
first
think
the first year, yes, probably was a
Yeah.
complete disaster because that was where the still hype was.
Yeah.
Go was relatively new, but I feel like now,
Yeah, but that would require somebody to go and both talk to the state fair and Niantic about returning Go to the fair and they're just gonna
take
say
the
no.
risk, right?
Yeah.
Take the risk that they could be right or wrong.
it
Plus,
is
there
2
is
hours.
so much to do at the fair. You will not miss Go.
It is 2 hours shorter.
Yep.
It's from 10 to 6. Last year was from 10 to 8. So a couple things, 2 things maybe. This is the whole. Our podcast should just be named 2 things. First thing is that they didn't say that there's a location this year. This probably would have been the time to say we're doing an event. I think that ship has sailed. Probably for the best. That's fine. I don't think anyone's super upset about that. Number 2 is they did cut 2 hours off. Some people were like, last year was exhausting because it was 10 hours. I mean, you guys were pretty exhausted for Kanto Tour.
Yep.
But
just gonna point out
the
one-
counter argument was no one's forcing you to start at 10. No one's forcing you to.
I'm going to point out as a counter example of why this is a deliberate attack on Twin Cities Pride. The hours of Twin Cities Pride are from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., both Saturday and Sunday. This is a deliberate attack on my people, my life. The exact same times they shortened it. They shortened it to match. This is a conspiracy. They shortened Go to the exact times as Twin Cities Pride. It's unacceptable.
Counter argument is you don't have to play till 8. You didn't have to start at 10. Some people are
I play with you. I have to start at 10 and I have to
this
finish
is
at 6.
Yes, we have to do the whole thing.
There is nothing but Mega Houndoom screaming and scorn if we don't do the entire time with you.
I mean, I am probably going to pick a different Mega for this event. I don't know if Houndoom's making the cut this summer. We might run,
What other one are you going to pick? There's no musical Mega currently in the game.
I guess we don't know what's coming back to raids. I'm maybe assuming they're going to do Dialga and Palkia for raids.
They're not musical.
Yeah, but they did Groudon Kyogre
No,
last year.
it's gonna
Because
be.
that was weather.
Yeah, it's gonna
What?
be.
There was no weather theme last year? No. I think they're going to use this. I think because Groudon and Kyogre did so well last year, this is the opportunity to bring Dialga and Palkia, because they already announced Diamond and Pearl. They're going to milk all of those people because they're dying to get these legends.
You know what they should do to make up for their...
And if that's the case, I'm going to bring, like, Mega Altaria or Mega Ampharos because I want the Dragon Boost.
They need to put Xerneas into the raids to make up for their attack on Pride. They need to put the Pride Deer in raids along with Dialga and Palkia.
What if it's Dialga, Palkia, Xerneas, and Yveltal? All
in.
4.
I'm in.
I don't think they're going to turn those shiny yet.
I didn't say they're going to make them shiny.
Well, they're not gonna. They want to make money. They're not gonna put non-shiny Yveltal in a raid. No one
I
cares
already
about
have
that.
a
Xerneas.
bacon bird.
Xerneas was here for like a week. Bring it back for Pride. You're already ruining my pride.
Xerneas had 2 weeks.
Whatever.
I think the hour cut is fine. I know some people are upset that they're losing 2 hours, but I think it's fine because when they return to Go Fest next year, which will be a thing, that will be the normal time, right? From 10 to 6 is...
I mean, they did cut off like $10, so
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I mean, you're
you can
paying
save
for
on
an
time.
abbreviated experience. Like, if it was
So
$14,
if they
you
didn't,
get the whole time.
cut the time this year, then next year they would have been $15, and we're cutting the time to match with the people in the in-person event, and then people would have been, oh well, it's 2 less hours, and you're making me pay. I think this like it's a lose-lose,
Yep.
but this was whatever. That's fine. Like the super hardcore people that want their 2 extra hours to grind out candy are going to be very vocal. But 8 hours of Pogo, 16 hours of Pogo in a weekend, ideally, hopefully with your friends, and then you can get dinner, put your feet up, rest for the next day. I don't know. It sounds awesome to me. It sounds like a good time. I'm very excited. Whether this event was $5 or $15, I would have purchased it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would assume, one, if you're listening to this podcast and you play Pogo, I think it's probably a no-brainer that you're going to buy this. If you play Pogo even 10 minutes every day, I don't see why you wouldn't buy this. The only, maybe, like, if you play Pogo, like, twice a year, yeah, easy pass probably for you. And if you work that weekend, yeah, probably easy pass for you. But if you're playing Pogo, I don't see why you don't just spend the $5, right? Like, I totally understand there's free-to-play players, and they love to brag how they've never spent money ever on this game, and how they spend, 5 hours in their car every evening idling to take out gyms to get their free 50 Poke coins so they can buy more storage. I'm sure those people exist, but if you got time to idle at your gym to get 50 coins every day, just spend the $5. I don't know. Who would not be spending the $5? It feels like a no-brainer. It feels good.
I mean, pride is pride, and not Greg's pride. I mean, pride of I didn't give this game any money, so
Sure.
it's like in 5 years I haven't spent a cent on Pokemon Go. After 5 years, it's not going to change.
And that's a valid stance, and I support that 100%.
Oh, speaking of events, there was that Verizon event this weekend.
Yeah, but none of us subscribe to Verizon,
yeah.
so...
So
Actually, it was Verizon, Mexican 7-Eleven, and Yashinoko. There were three
yes.
different companies.
Dang, Will with the hot knowledge. I was going to have to look
Because
it
I
up.
got the news item today, right? After the event
too.
is half over,
I
okay?
did too.
So I normally go to my friend Tim. He's on Verizon, and he's gotten me codes before. And he was saying the app wasn't working. And I saw in the Discord that people also with Verizon, they couldn't get the app to load. So I was running out of time. So I did the unfortunate thing of going to eBay and seeing how much people were charging. And people were charging about $40 to $50 for this event. And I was like, I can't do that.
Dude, all you needed to do was go on Facebook, because I have people on Facebook who are legit like, if you're on Verizon but don't play Pokemon Go, can you go to this thing and get me your code? And they got like 30 codes off of it.
I'm never going to go to Facebook and ask for anything.
Why not?
So somebody on eBay posted they had 3 codes and they were selling them for $25 on Friday. The event was Saturday. So I was like, oh, you are the eBayer I love. You're undercutting everyone. You want to move these products fast? I'm in.
I'm in.
So I bought for $25. They sent me the code within 5 minutes. Worked perfectly. Flaw free. That event on Saturday. The reason I'm bringing this up is because a bunch of people were panicking in my Twitch of like whether they should or should not go to eBay to get into this event, or whether you didn't miss anything. This event was not worth $25. Even this event was not worth $5. Like, it was, you did get unknown spawn. I don't think Unknown V is worth $25. It was like increased chance of shiny Eevee. 2 dinos.
I have so many shiny EVs. If you're desperate for a shiny EV, just hit me up. I'll get you one.
Well, I just like I knew it wasn't going to be worth 25, but Niantic's in this weird position where they have these partnered events with 7-Eleven or Verizon or Sprint or whoever they do, and they have to do this balance to make them like good enough for the people to kind of go out and seek them out, but also bad enough for people to be like, oh, I didn't miss anything. So to anyone who missed the Verizon event, you didn't miss anything. It was not like the only thing I have to remember this event is I have a little medal now in my collection that no one can see but me that says Verizon.
So you have a sponsored medal that will constantly advertise to you
that I paid money for.
That you paid money for.
Yeah. It's right next to my $7.99 Mr. Mime medal.
Basically.
You know, I used to think Bobby was the sucker.
Yeah.
No, I think Bobby's still a bigger sucker than I am.
Oh, you know Bobby did this one. You know 100% Bobby did this one.
Is Bobby on Verizon, though? I don't know.
I'm sure he found a way.
Do we have any other closing thoughts on Go Fest 2021?
I'm excited for it. I'm happy that I should be able to actually participate in this year versus, being in a car for 8 hours.
Am I coming? If I don't think
I'm not coming to you. There are more people here than there are in
Chicago?
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Yes, we should go to Chicago.
Why
yes.
would we go to Chicago? You hate Chicago.
For the authenticity.
Yeah,
And
we got to make it feel legit.
The memories.
Probably get a cheap hotel right now.
I want
Okay, if you find a cheap hotel and you come and pick me up and take me there.
It's a lot of work. I just pay for your plane. They got direct flights from Minnesota to Chicago.
Yeah, I've taken
very
that
true.
flight. It's the strangest experience ever.
Yeah, I don't mind going to Minnesota. I didn't love Victory Memorial Park, though. I didn't love it. Maybe
What
because
do
there
you
was like
love?
no sidewalks. It was just like this weird grass median that you just walked on.
A park?
Maybe like along the river. Although, I mean, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
I will say I had a great time Milwaukee last year.
Nobody's ever said that. No, take those words back.
Yeah, no. No. I mean, the art park is very nice.
Look,
And there's
we
a
have
bathroom.
Lake Michigan. You guys don't got that.
We have Lake Superior.
We
You
ain't
don't
going
have
up to
that.
Duluth. We're not going to. No. My first trip to Duluth is not for Go Fest. No.
What? Okay,
I've been to
we will-
Duluth. It's like Duluth is like, hey, you guys want to go to 1984? Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go.
Oh
to
wait,
Duluth.
I'm going to Duluth right after we're finished recording. Now you advertise it that way.
It's great. It is great, and they have a wonderful aquarium. So, Duluth, 50 times better than Milwaukee.
That's a hard no. Not even people who live in Duluth are gonna
When
agree
have
with you.
you been to Duluth? When's the
I
last
went to
time you were in
Duluth
Duluth?
for Alex's bachelor,
I mean,
There you go. That says a lot right
Yeah.
there.
and then we went to Mardi Gras or whatever up by
What?
Canada.
Grand Marais.
Yeah, Grand Marais.
I had no clue.
Up by Canada.
I don't remember a single bar called that in all of Duluth.
Let's go to
It's
Grand Marais for Go
I mean,
Fest.
Grand Marais is okay. No, you want to go wild? We can go wild. We're going to the Northwest Angle.
Yeah, we're
There's
going to go to the Boundary
guaranteed
Waters.
not a single Pokestop in the Northwest Angle, but you want to push it,
You wanna
Mr.
push it? You wanna
Seinfeld?
push
We're
it?
going all the way to the geographical mistake that is the Northwest Angle.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Where's our? Oh gosh!
Grand Marais is not even by Canada.
No.
You gotta get up to Grand
What?
Portage.
It's like an hour from Canada. What are you talking about, Greg? We're going to talk about your Pokemon plush butt thing next week.
I mean, as long as we get to it, because I think it's the most important news that we have skipped so far.
You know, I'm very worried that we're gonna be lacking news next week, so we gotta say we
All
gotta
right,
put
we'll
something.
save
in
it.
the hopper. What is our question of the week here?
Question of the week. What is it?
Brandon. Maybe we can do both.
Which
Brandon
Brandon?
from our Slack says Brandon with no initials. Brandon with the anime picture.
Doesn't help.
What is a Pokemon game? Wait, did you do your song already, Greg? Okay. What is a Pokemon? We're falling apart. What is a Pokemon game that you would defend to your last breath, and how do you defend it?
Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
No.
And
Black and
Emerald.
white. Black and white.
I will defend Emerald forever.
I don't think anyone hates Emerald.
Nobody does, but I'll still. Well, you do. You
No,
hated
I've never
Emerald.
played Emerald.
Never played Emerald?
I don't like Ruby Sapphire.
Emerald is real good, though.
I think Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is excellent. Emerald is my all-time favorite game. I think Emerald is great. And there are people out there who do not like any of the Gen 3 games, and they are very wrong people.
There's a heck ton that's real good about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
There is.
I will say that every time I bring up Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire to my friend Chris, he complains about the fact that he had to work really hard to get Latios or Latias in the original Ruby and Sapphire, and they kind of just gave away Latios and Latias in the remake.
Well, they gave away one because it was
No,
important.
you had to work really hard. You had to
Yep.
suffer through the beginning of that game.
No, you just had to...
See, that's you. That is you. That is you. You are a horrible person. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is an amazing series of games, and you do not. I mean, the whole point of the remakes was to fly around on Latias and soar through the skies and look at the world as the majestic person that you are, and then go to space. All of that is amazing, and you don't get it.
Here's my hot take, Greg.
Oh,
Auras is a 6 out of 10 for me. It would have instantly been an 8 out of 10 if you didn't have HMs. If they did what they did in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Here's
or
the
Sun and
funny
Moon
thing. While I've been playing it recently, I was hatching eggs, and I was like, I need to get a flame body. I need to get a magma armor. I need to get something that's going to make these eggs pop faster, because I don't have all morning waiting for these eggs to come out. Which, that's a different story. I won't even get into my complaint about egg hatching in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but I
It's still
completely
one of the best ones
forgot.
because you get that route.
I completely forgot that you can use the Eon Flute to call your Latias or your Latios to fly anywhere, and I was
That is a good part of the game.
literally taught a Zubat fly.
Why would you do these things? You have
So
an
I
Eon
could
flute.
fly over to where I could get a flame, to get a Numel, to evolve it into a Camerupt, so I could have magma armor, and I also forgot about Blissey bases, which
God,
and then
Blissey
I finally
bases are so good.
that clicked back into place to evolve my Numels and Camerupts and get all that stuff done. But boy, oof.
See, I thought Blissey bases were one of the redeeming features of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
true.
But let me introduce you to the XL candy that you get.
No. I don't. No
nonstop in
candy.
Sword and
No.
Shield.
No artificial. I'm not giving my Pokemon steroids.
No. They learn through training.
But here,
training,
listen.
training. No shortcuts.
There is, and somebody can research this and let me know, because I know I'm right, because I hatch a lot of eggs. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the egg counter, it has to be like it only counts the first egg, unhatched egg in your party or something, because it's like I hatch one egg, and then I got to go around the island 3 more times before the next egg, and then I go to the island around 3 more times before the next egg, and they're all Ralts. They should all have relatively equivalent step counters for hatching those eggs. If I'm in Sword and Shield,
You didn't
and
get them at the same time.
huh?
You didn't get them all at the same time.
No, I picked them all up out of my computer, because I've got like 200
Oh, you did
eggs
that
in my
method?
computer, right? If I'm in Sword and Shield and I have 5 eggs in my party and they're all
Duraludons.
no, what is that bug
Wooloo.
that I'm doing right now? The
Centiskorch.
insect, the bee.
Rabambi.
No, I already did
Candy
Rabambi.
Fly.
Combi.
No. I did. It was Pokemon of the Week like 4 weeks ago, and we've already
Vikavolt.
forgot. Either
Grubbin.
way,
Combi.
when
Chat time.
it's a combi, yes. And when the first one hatches, they all hatch at the same time. So I don't know what they changed in egg hatching between these games, but it is notable, and that is annoying. Very true.
Okay, so I know Steve, what are you defending with your last breath?
Honestly, it'd probably be Pokemon Go.
Who hates Pokemon Go?
A lot of people do.
Oh, yeah. That's not real Pokemon.
Oh, valid.
I don't know. Pokemon Go just like it's like a game that I would just defend it. It is so much of my life, especially over the last 5 years of, some days I play it only 10 minutes, but other days I can play it for an hour, and then the weekend, Go Fest coming up, I'm very excited to play for 16 hours, and probably after the event is over I'll keep playing. Like, it is just one of those games that they keep adding features to that I keep going back to, and I can't imagine just dropping it at this point.
That's called the sunk cost fallacy.
Well,
Nah, I get
he's made his career off the sunk cost fallacy. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Plus, the added transferring to home is such a huge. It feels like it didn't waste my time. I was able to move those over into. So probably Pokemon Go, honestly.
So, Will, you're defending Ranger.
No, I black and white for me. Honestly, for me, black and white was the last Pokemon game where they tried to include all of the things up to that point.
Except ribbons.
There's no ribbons in black and white?
They had to
Nope.
cut something.
Oh,
Well, you can see your ribbons from old games, but you can't earn any new ones.
That's
There aren't
fine.
any new ones.
I've never cared about ribbons, but it had
Not
night
yet.
and day. It had seasons. It had, and the seasons actually changed the territory, and you just had different battle systems in there, and it was just there's so many wonderful things about black and white. I do love X and Y quite a bit, but it's just like black and white is kind of like, if you want to think of phases of the Pokemon games, I think black and white was a closing phase of the first era of Pokemon games.
You know why you like black and white so much? It's the generation's ultimate before world.
Yes, yes, that simile, or yes, that works.
I agree with you. I think it's very, very good. Although I did like World. I know you didn't, but I liked World a lot.
Black 2 and White 2, I enjoy. Why I did not select them is because they're just not necessary.
Yeah.
And the whole Colress story is weird because Pokemon Company, please explain to me, is he a villain or is he a hero, or is he
He is a complicated character. I am a Colress fan.
Why does he get to take vacations in Hawaii after he tried to destroy Unova by covering it in ice and torturing Pokemon?
Because he was doing that for science.
Okay.
Science isn't a crime.
Are we in BioShock now?
Yes.
There's no rules except for the progress of man.
Yes. Yep.
At the
That's
expense of
Colress
all
right
others.
there.
He also had bad hair.
Would you kindly come to my ship and deal with kites?
No, stop. No. Poor Kyurem, the most pure and beautiful of all Pokemon, tormented by that horrible man. So, there you go.
Well, Pokemon of the Week.
All right, last week's Pokemon, I gave you a list: Mouse, Tiny Mouse, Cheering, Ellis Squirrel, Antenna, Roly-Poly, Roly-Poly, or two-sided Pokemon. That's the list. And then I mentioned a 2012 version of the Pokemon in the TCG had Call for Family, which allows you, for one colorless energy as an attack, you can search for two basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. Very valuable card if you get it early in the game. And that's all you needed to know. So who's that Pokemon?
It's
Regidrago.
No, it's Reggie
2012. In 2012, yes.
Look, this was 2 weeks ago. I wrote down it's Emolga.
Emolga, yes.
So I'm verifying that my past self was correct.
You are correct. It was Emolga. All those Pokemons that I read are all the electric rodent emblematic Pokemon from every generation.
Emolga!
Yes, and the Emolga card did feature Call for Family, which if you were playing Ray Eels was the deck, then you could use Emolga to call out the Eels or the baby Rayquaza, if that's the card that you needed to play.
Pokemon Shovel Icon is so cute.
And I think Emolga is much maligned in the Pokemon cartoon because it's always shown as being like greedy. Mm-hmm. And no, Emolga's just a sweetie. I once had a flying squirrel in my house, and it was
as
cute.
A pet or as
a
visitor.
It accidentally got in there. It wasn't supposed to be there.
Good, but not great shiny.
I think my next shiny hunt is going to be Emolga. I need to... What are you making squinty eyes at me for? Do you have a shiny Emolga?
I don't.
Well, there you go.
Like, Emolga's fine. I just like Dedenne and Togedemaru and those Pokemon better.
Yawn. Big. Yawn. They don't fly.
Mm-mm.
It's true.
Unless
They
you
don't.
pick them up and throw them.
They don't. They don't.
Any good trivia?
For Emolga?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been around for 10 years now.
No, there isn't any.
Is
Dang.
Emolga in Masters? I don't think so. It's Zebstrika and Rotom for Eliza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think... I'm trying to think if Emolga's ever been in an egg, but no.
Yeah, the trivia's bad. Emolga was first seen in an image on August 7th, 2010. Emolga is the only Pokemon with the base stat total of 428.
It may be based on a flying squirrel.
Maybe? I think yes.
All right, this week's Pokemon. Here we go. Number 1, I have never said that you cannot research these clues online or however.
Use all your resources.
I do not expect anyone to know these off the top of their head. You don't have to ask permission to look these up. Go right ahead. Number 2, this week's Pokemon has 2 forms, one of which features either a Wigglytuff or Jigglypuff doll with its stuffing exposed. Number 3, another popular card introduced in 2012. This Pokemon could potentially stop key components of opponents' decks from functioning, but had to be used very carefully. That's all you get. That's... If you don't know it from all that, look it up. Look it up on the internet.
The internet. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for making it to the end of the show. If you are listening to this on Monday morning, this is your last attempt to subscribe to our Patreon to get Nick's bonus music, 6 songs.
Attempt?
Last opportunity.
Chance? I'm like, last attempt. Like, are you going to, everybody's, you're going to fail trying it, so keep trying.
Patreon.com/PKMNcast or ISE.cash. If you want to subscribe to our Patreon, we did run a special offer in the month of May where if anyone signs up at the $5 or more, they will get an exclusive 6-song album of our break music from Nick. Also, you get the bonus podcasts. You get the other rewards. You get access to the Slack. You get all that. If you are not interested in the music and you still want to sign up, I would wait just one day and sign up on June 1st. It's not July yet. It's June. Otherwise, Patreon will charge you the 31st, and then it will charge you the 1st. So just last opportunity if you want to get that break music. And then if you want to support us, June 1st is the way. The way around this, though, is you can do the annual plan. So you can do the full year, and then you don't have to worry about getting charged twice. And then you save 2 months, because if you do a full year, you get 2 months free, which is really great. So a full year of supporting us is only $50 instead of $60? Yeah, that's how math works. So you save $10. But thank you for listening. Greg is at White Wing on Twitter. Will is at Wash in the Sink. I'm at Dragging a Lake. If you want to follow the podcast, at PKMNcast on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We're really close of hitting 15K on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/PKMNcast. But thank you for listening. Appreciate it. Thank you for making it to the end. This has been another episode of the Pokemon Podcast, and we are
super effective.
Why is that so sad? Super depressed, apparently.
Because
from that.
I've got to counteract this radio DJ.
Super.
Welcome to the Zoo Crew.
We're super effective.
We are the Super Zoo Crew, bringing you the hottest hits from the Pokemon world from the 80s, 90s, and beyond.